Together with Earle Sports Bets. Yeah, the twins, they checking in. Stacking up. Green is the scene that you're stepping in. Winning is a trend and we stay making dollars. Nerd talk with the sports bet scholars. Yeah. R.I.P. to the bookies. R.I.P. to the bookies. R.I.P. to the bookies. R.I.P. to the bookies.
We are live. Welcome back to another edition of the Earle Sports Bet Show. My name is Nicholas Earle. Tim will be here in a little bit. But we have a full baseball slate to go over for this Friday. Also, remember, tonight we have the Nerd Talk Cappit Collective live show. Tomorrow we have the all-day college football show, so we'll have plenty of live content as well these next couple of days. But before we get into today's game, before we get into today's slate, as always, we're going to go over what happened yesterday. One went right and one went wrong in the world of sports betting. It was a nice end to a bad month for me. Profitable day yesterday. College football treated us very nicely. Let's get into it. MLB went 1-1. We lost with the New York Yankees early, and then we won with the over 8 late with the Dodgers and the Braves, as the Braves put up 8 by themselves, and the Dodgers put up 7. It was rather easy. Any of my looks, I think, would have won that game. I was looking at Braves team total over. You could even take in the Dodgers team total over as well. Any of those would have hit. So 1-1, down 0.14 units in baseball. Not a huge card yesterday. Did not go crazy with it. WNBA went 0-2. I doubled up on the first half and full game overs in Las Vegas, Washington, which didn't come close. So 0-2, down 1.13 unit there. NCAA football. I'm splitting up my NCAA football between the FBS games and the FCS games because I did bet 5 FCS games yesterday and I bet 10 FBS games yesterday. The only game that did not treat me well was that Kent State UCF game. I had Kent State plus 37 in the under 57. The under 57 lost with about a minute left when they scored a meaningless touchdown to go up 56-6, which is always fun. And then the plus 37 as well did not hit, but every other play hit yesterday for me. NC State first half under 23 was a winner. NC State full game under 46.5 was a winner. I also live bet the first half under 29 and the full game under 53.5 once both teams traded touchdowns in their first drives. Very, very nice there. Nebraska, Minnesota, first half under 21.5, full game under 43.5, hit both of those. So a nice little double winner there. The Utes, minus 6.5, took care of business, and the Gators team total under 19.5. Graham Mertz does not know how to run an offense, so that was a double winner there. And I took the Western Michigan Broncos minus 11.5 against St. Francis, Pennsylvania. That one hit as well. So overall in the FBS, 8-2 yesterday, up 2.89 units. In the FCS, I only put 0.3 units on these, but I'm testing it out here. I lost with the Indiana State Sycamores. I did not know that their starting quarterback was going to be out in that game. I had them minus 10.5. Nicholls State plus 25 was a winner. They lost by, I think, 14. I won with the Campbell Fighting Camels. They lost by 10. The plus 15.5 was good. Lost with the Seawolves of Stony Brook plus 15.5. But then the Penguins came through yesterday for me. Yeah, they won, I think, 45-10 or something, 52-10. So the minus 26.
They won big against on
Valparaiso.
I was about to say because I remember getting all the different notifications for all the small schools and thinking like, oh, maybe one of my teams scored. No, it's Valparaiso. Oh, bummer.
Yeah, I grabbed Youngstown State yesterday when the line dropped at minus 26. That line closed at minus 32.
See, I would never bet that stuff because it's I'm not betting.
I'm not betting those. For me, I had that game capped at Youngstown State minus 38. So I saw major value there, laying 26 points with the Penguins, and they came through and they won by, I think, 42. So FCS went 3-2 yesterday, up 0.22 units. Overall, 12-7, up 1.85 units. We end the month of August. It was a bad month, but at least we ended on a positive note. 263, 274, and 20, down 27.10 units. So overall, a profitable day yesterday. We get to finally flip the page to September. So do you remember the very first night of September? Oh, sorry. All right. What about you, Tim?
I thought going into yesterday that it was going to be a bad day. Or it started off a bad day. Because we had the Yankees. Yeah, we'll see how that one worked out. We had Kent State to start the night. I had the under 156 in the Connecticut game, Connecticut Sun, and it finished at 158. I'm like, okay, we're gonna have a shitty day, and it's not gonna be fun. And all of a sudden, UConn under cash, UConn plus 16.5 cash, Washington Mystics plus 10.5 cash, the Sparks under cash, the Braves over. Cash. We end up cashing the last 5 plays of the night, and end up being a positive day to end the month. That was ugly. It was all I will say. It was not a pretty month. And we're ready to get involved in some football. We went 2-1 on the site yesterday. So anybody who had them, there you go. UConn under, Kent State. 2-1. We got 6 plays up for tonight, so super excited for that, and ready to keep rolling.
Yeah, and I think looking back at it, my favorite game last night was that NC State UConn game because I read that absolutely perfectly. I didn't want anything to do with UConn in that game, but I had no interest in laying 14.5 with NC State, so I knew the best way to approach that was the UConn team total under. And the full game.
Now I'm waiting for lines to come out for next week's game, because after everything that we saw so far these 2 weeks, what did we see from Notre Dame? They looked really, really good. What did we just see from NC State? A struggle win against UConn. You already know where I'm going for next week. Oh, it's an 8. NC State's an 8-point dog next week against Notre Dame. I'm already on it. Along with, I'll grab Nebraska -7 and a hook. Ooh, and I'll grab Baylor. Nebraska's against Colorado. I'll grab Baylor -1.5 at home against number 14 Utah. A ranked team against an unranked team, and the unranked team is the favorite, Nick. We're back on it like college basketball. Let's get it. Any other lines are out for? There's a couple lines out for next. Anyways, go to the chat and then we'll jump into it.
Yeah, Jay Smooth, say money time. Let's go, fellas. Was good. LJ from H-Town. We'll have him on the first Sunday of the NFL.
Ooh, we get LJ in the house.
Get LJ for week 1 of the NFL. But first, he's saying, "What up, fellas?
What's up?
Cash it Fridays. Astros versus a lefty. Astros team total over 4.5. Let's go. Love it. Supness from Lex. Yeah, what up, fellas? Yeah. What up, y'all? What's good? Stop Geo. Yay or nay? I have not bet a single baseball game. We are going to be breaking all of them down here. I have my spreadsheet set up and everything like that. I have not bet a game, so.
Real quick. Orioles, yes, of course. They're on the road. I don't really have to elaborate much with Orioles on the road. Astros, no bat in the 9th inning against the Yankees and Carlos Rondon. I'll grab the run line with you. Bravos, Max Fried Chicken against Home Urias. No, I want to go after the Dodgers. Rangers, money line boosted. You got it boosted. Who are they against? Against Minnehaha. Oh, Max Scherzer's pitching, and he's -130 at home. I don't know about that one. We'll see. Phillies and Brewers under the total. Zach Wheeler for Alta. I don't hate that. I will probably be back on the money bags, which are the Brewers. And then you parlayed the Red Sox with the over in that game. Well, you got to parlay it with something, or you got to grab their run line because they're -220 today against Kansas City. Good luck to you. I like a couple of those. Stop, Gio.
And then, Reds over game 1.
Oh, yeah, there's multiple games for that one.
Yeah, and that's exactly where we'll kick it on off for this slate, Tim. We have game 1 of the Cubbies and the Reds. We have the Cubbies is around minus 115 favorites, total of 9 in this game. Let's take a look at the line history in this one. Let me get off of college football and get on to baseball, where we have Wicks and Ashcraft, the pitching matchup here. Line opened up with the Cubbies as a dog, plus 115. Now they're minus 117. So a big line movement here towards the Chicago Cubs. Line opened up at a 9.5. It's down to a 9. So move towards the under and a move towards the Cubbies here in this one. This game's starting in about 2 hours. So let's get into cash flow for this one. Let's once again switch it over from college football to baseball. There we go. We have 48% of the tickets and 47% of the cash is on these Reds. The lines move drastically towards the Cubbies. We have 74% of the tickets and 67% of the cash is on the under. The line has moved towards this under here. Looking over at Ballpark Pal. In this one, we have, let's see, there we go. We have Great American Ballpark for the early game at plus 14% runs, plus 10% home runs, 9% doubles, triples, 7% singles, 14% overall. Taking a look at the pitching matchup here, Jordan Wicks and Graham Ashcraft. I believe Jordan Wicks is a opener, if I'm not mistaken. It's his debut, and he went 5 innings in his previous appearance. So it's not his debut. He went 5 innings in his previous appearance. So not really much to go off of here for Wicks. On the other side, Ashcraft, 3.03 ERA, 0.98 whip, 7.32 strikeouts per nine, which is 21%, 2.02 walks per nine, a 215 BABIP, a 503 FIP, and a 401 Sierra. The bullpen advantage is kind of a toss-up here. Actually, no, it goes to the Cubbies. My bad. I just had to read that a little further. 4.05 FIP, 4.19 Sierra compared to 4.49 and 4.09. Hitting advantage does go towards the Cubbies here. 95 WRC plus, which is 16th, compared to 69, which is 26th. I get it. Ashcraft has been pitching better as of late, but I kind of think that the Cubbies are worth the look here in this spot for the early game. I lean towards Chicago. I don't know if I'm going to make that an official play yet, but I lean towards the Cubbies in this first matchup.
I'll make it an official play. I like the Cubbies today. This is a team that went and they invited Milwaukee to their house, who had come in there, guns a-blaring, 9 wins in a row or something, and then took 2 out of 3 from them. I want to go after this Cubbies team. They've won 7 out of 10. They're really looking good. And this divisional race between the Cubs and the Brewers only separated by 3 games. So this one should be a fun race down the stretch, which could look nice for my possible plus 400 ticket for the Cubbies to win the division. Open. Come on, Cubbies. I'm on the Cubs in this one to take out the Reds. Graham Ashcraft, normally a guy I like to back. He has been good as of late, but I'm going to the Reds have lost 4 out of his last 5 starts. He's pitched well, but he hasn't gotten the run support. I don't think he gets the run support today. I'll take the Cubbies game 1 on the money line.
All right. It's minus 117 here for the Cubbies money line. I'll move on in as well. I'm a DGen. I would like some afternoon action. Cubbies money line minus 117 for me. To kick off the month of September. All right. Let's take a look here. Joe. Yo.
Who hit last night? What was the big? Hold on. Was there a big dog that hit last night? One second. Who was a big dog that hit in the WNBA? He was on the Storm. We were on the Storm last night. Is that right? Maybe. Maybe he was on something college football related. Maybe I think he was on Utah, which was unfortunate. But Storm money line. I got it. Storm money line. There are like 6-point dogs or something to LA. I just took the under. Nice,
Yeah.
dude. Nice. Anyways, keep going.
4-0 yesterday with Western Michigan minus 13.5. Love it. Utah, nice. First half under Minnesota. Beautiful. Under UConn. Easy. Very, very nice. Yo, says Markel. Got Georgia Tech first half under 24.5. It's now 24. I am on the Cardinals in that game. I laid the 7.5 with Louisville. This one.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Reds and Cubs don't play 2 unders. When Ashcraft has pitched, they usually go over 11. Well, I'm just on the Cubby money line in that one. Michigan State minus 13.5. Same line from Western Michigan yesterday's thought. I stayed off that game. I did.
No, I'm on Central, but I got it at 14.5. So
yeah,
lines moved in my direction.
Yeah. Wicks had one nice outing, but versus the Pirates over the moon. Fair. Lexia, when was the last time Ashcraft gave up more than 3 runs? July. It's like his earned run props under prop yesterday, depending on the line. There you go. Astros run line, Braves over, Mariners and Orioles money line. I was kind of looking the other way in that Mariners game. The lines moved towards the Mets.
It is Senga on the mound at home.
Yeah. And then the Blue Jays under. I could definitely see the Blue Jays under. I was looking at that play a little bit too for that game. Storm money line for Joe Kryptonite. Only made one bet, Storm money line. Brazil down by 2 in FIBA at plus 300. Taking a shot right now. There you go. But we'll move on. The Miami Marlins and the Washington Nationals. The Marlins are minus 165 favorites with a total of 8.5 in this game. Let's take a look at the line history in this spot here between Yuri Perez and Jake Irving. Line opened up at a 155. It's up to a 164 now. So a 9-cent line movement towards these Miami Marlins. Total opened up at an 8.5 minus 115. It's now an 8.5 at even money. So a move towards the under to move towards the Marlins, suggesting Yuri Perez pitches well. We have 82% of the tickets and 72% of the cash is on the Marlins. The line has moved towards them. The bigger bets coming in on the run line, 41% of the tickets and 78% of the cash. 82% of the tickets and 86% of the cash is coming on the under. The line has moved in that direction. Looking at the ballpark, pal, for this one, we have Nationals Park at plus 6% runs, minus 5% home runs, plus 3% double triples, plus 8% singles. Taking a look at the pitching matchup here in this game between Yuri Perez and Jake Irving. Perez, 3.48 ERA, 0.92 whip, 12.63 strikeouts per nine, which is 36%, 2.18 walks per nine, a 256 BABIP, a 3.22 FIP, and a 3.10 SIERA. On the flip side, we have Jake Irving, 2.35 ERA, 1.22 whip, 8.61 strikeouts per nine, which is 23%, 2.74 walks per nine, a 262 BABIP, a 5.35 FIP, and a 4.11 SIERA. The bullpen advantage goes towards the fish in this game, 3.66 FIP, 3.93 SIERA compared to 4.97 and 3.53. Both teams have 86 WRC plus the last 30 days, which is 24th and 25th in baseball. So neither of these teams are hitting particularly well. This line has moved towards the under, and I understand why. But I think I'm more interested in the side than I am the total. I'm interested in Miami in this game. I think that they have a nice pitching advantage here with Yuri Perez. The line's moved in their direction. I kind of lean towards Miami in this game. The total, I wish this was a 4.5 first 5. I'd be a little bit more interested in this first 5 under. I don't want it at a 4 plus money. I wanted 4.5, and I'm not getting that on Bet Online. I probably could get that on Bovada if I wanted to bet it on that book, but just to see what it would be. What would it be? For that game. MLB Miami first 5 under. I can get the 4.5 at minus 135. No, thank you. I lean Miami in this game. I don't know if I'm going to get involved with it though.
Yeah, I can't. I'm not going to back Miami. The only reason why I just don't trust them right now. They've lost 7 out of 10. They're back up to 500. Good for them. But this Nationals team just looks different right now. They're winning games. And more importantly for me right now, they're winning games when Cole Irvin is pitching. They have won 6 out of his last 7 starts. The only start that they didn't win, he went 6 shutout innings, and they lost 12-3 to the Phillies, and the bullpen absolutely imploded. So that's not Cole Irvin's fault. So they, in theory, probably should have won 6 in a row with him pitching, or 7 in a row with him pitching. So that shows me that they're giving him some run support, which is good to see. And I'm not a big Yuri Perez person. I'm not. He's got control issues. He walks a lot of batters, although has been better as of late. I'm not interested in going after the Marlins at -165 on the road. If anything, for me, it's a lean towards the Nationals. But that's just me.
Yeah, I think what's ultimately going to keep me off of Miami is I'm just priced out of it. I don't want to lay -135 for a -1 line here with Miami, but I don't trust their offense enough to cover the 1.5. So I think that's ultimately what's going to keep me off of this game. More and more I look at it, I think the under is the play, but I just don't want 4. I wanted a 4.5. So this will be a pass for me.
Okay.
All right. I'm on the Dream money line. Dream money line, wing spread, and maybe the Sun money line.
I haven't even looked at today's card. I'll be on the Lynx. I'll be on the Fever. And I'm not sure about that New York game yet. I'm just grabbing home dogs.
Ooh, it's tied in the 4th quarter with Brazil there in FIBA. Dang, Brazil takes the lead, and now they're favorites. My bad. Unbelievable. Thoughts on Georgia Tech? I am on Louisville. I laid the points with Louisville.
We think Georgia Tech loses and doesn't cover. There you go.
These Nats hurt me bad yesterday. I was able to cash out a good bit at least. There you go. We'll move on here to one of my favorite pitchers in baseball in this game. We have the Tampa Bay Rays and the Cleveland Guardians, -175 for the Rays, total of 8 in this game. Tyler Glasnow versus Cal Quantrill. Tyler Glasnow, one of my favorite pitchers in baseball. Line opened up at a 170. It's now up to a 174. Line opened up at a 7.5 at -120. It's now an 8 at -104. So a move towards Tampa and a move towards the over, telling me Cal Quantrill could be a little bit vulnerable in this game. 65% of the tickets and 96% of the cash is on this over in this spot. And then we have 45% of the tickets and 97% of the cash is on the Guardians in this game. And the lines move towards the Rays. 72% of the tickets, 82% of the cash is on the Rays run line. Let's take a look at the ballpark pal here for Progressive Field, Cleveland, Ohio. -2% runs, -7% home runs, plus 8% doubles, triples, -2% singles. Taking a look at the pitching matchup here. This is Cal Quantrill's first start in over a month. I believe he's coming in off of the IL. Previous to that, he last pitched on July 5th.
And he lost 5 starts in a row, and he just kept getting blown up.
But I think we could see something very similar to that in this game as well. Yep. On the flip side, Tyler Glasnow has been good. 3 ERA, 0.94 a whip, 9 strikeouts per 9, which is 25%, 2.5 walks per 9, a 229 BABIP, a 282 FIP, and a 3.86 SIERA. Bullpen advantage going towards Tampa here. 3.98 FIP, 3.71 SIERA compared to 3.8 and 3.07. Bullpen advantage goes towards these Tampa Bay Rays as well. 138 WRC plus, which is second, compared to 93, which is 20th. I would like to fade Quantrill and the Guardians here in this spot. I am very interested in Glasnow. This would have to be a run line play, not a -1 play, because it is -105. But I'm going to double down on Tampa here. I think this is the time of the year that Tampa is going to turn it back on, and they are going to start going on a little bit of a run here. And I still think they are very live to win the American League East. They've won 4 straight, 8 of their last 9, and 10 of their last 12. All of a sudden, there's something that's starting to click with this team. Granted, they've played the Angels, the Rockies, the Yankees, and the Marlins. But they're winning baseball games, and that's what's key in this time. And I think that continues into this one because Cleveland is not an opponent that particularly scares me. So I'm going to double down here on the Tampa Bay Rays. First 5, -0.5 at -130. Full game, run line, -105 at -1.5 at -105. Doubling down on these Tampa Bay Rays.
I'm jumping on it with you. I am down for fading Cal Quantrill. He did not look good when he went out. Because you look at some of his starts before he went out due to injury, and last 5 earned runs, 6 earned runs, 8 earned runs, 6 earned runs, 3 earned runs. Not particularly good, and I think Tampa Bay will be able to put some runs up on him. I'm on the same boat as you. I'm jumping on the Rays with you. Now I'm hoping Baltimore wins so that they can hold on to a lead. Because I still hope that Baltimore wins the division, but I think when it comes to it, I have to bet the plays that are the right plays right now. And right now, Tampa Bay run line is the right play in this game.
Yeah, I agree with that. This is, I think, the time of year Tampa turns it on.
Yep, that's fine. Back to the chat.
Yep. First half Stanford or the under. I unfortunately got the over earlier in the week at 60.5, and now that's down to a 55.5. I'm seeing negative 14.7% CLV. So, whoop whoop. I like Stanford in this game. I think I'm going to bet Stanford as well, laying 3 points.
Yep,
and
already on it.
Yeah, and I just think that line's moved too much. I wouldn't have played Stanford at 7.5, but I would play Stanford at 3. So I'm gonna probably play Stanford here -3.
If it was still a 7.5 plus, it would be a Hawaii play.
Of course it would be, but not anymore. So yeah, I'm interested in the Cardinal in that game. Rays first 5. I'm on. There you go. Good morning, ESB. Cashed 2 parlays yesterday, 4.5 units. There you go. We will move on here to a kind of interesting game. We have the New York Mets and the Seattle Mariners. The Mariners are only -110 favorites, total of 7.5 in this game. We have Logan Gilbert and Kodai Senga. I just want to make sure that is the pitching matchup still. Yeah, it is Logan Gilbert and Kodai Senga in this game. Let's take a look at the line history in this spot here between the New York Mets and the red-hot Seattle Mariners. Line opened up at a 128, down to a 108. Big line movement towards the Mets. Line opened up at a 7.5 at -110. It's now a 7.5 at -108. So a move towards the Mets and a move towards the under, suggesting that Kodai Senga pitches well here. We have 67% of the tickets and 69% of the cash is on the under. The line's moved a couple cents towards the under. We have no cash flow on the side, but 86% of the tickets is on the Mariners, and the line's moved towards the Mets, telling me that the Mets are very live in this game. We head over to Citi Field in Flushing, Queens, New York. Where is it? Why can't I see? Oh, there we go. The worst hitting conditions on the slate: -13% runs, -9% home runs, -4% doubles, triples, -12% singles. So we have bad hitting conditions. The lines move towards the under. Let's take a look at the pitching matchup here in this one. Logan Gilbert, 2.97 ERA, 0.99 whip, 9.49 strikeouts per 9, which is 27%, 2.08 walks per 9, a 236 BABIP, but a 4.42 FIP, and a 3.65 SIERA. On the flip side, Kodai Senga, 3.16 ERA, 1.24 whip, 9.77 strikeouts per 9, which is 26%, 3.16 walks per 9, a 3.29 BABIP, but 2.66 FIP, and a 3.92 SIERA. Bullpen advantage going towards the Mariners here, 2.97 FIP, 3.10 SIERA compared to 4.73 and 4.12. Hitting advantage does go towards the Mariners, and it's a significant one here. 136 WRC plus, which is third, compared to 98, which is 94, which is 18th. I want the Mets in this game, and I only want them early. I only want them first 5 at -115. That tells me a little bit something that they are favorites in the first 5 innings in this game, and that's I think just the market respecting Kodai Senga. Because they opened up at plus 105 for the first 5 innings. Now they're -115. So the lines moved drastically towards them here. I think the Mets are the right side on this game. If the Mets bullpen wasn't that bad and the bats advantage for the Mariners being that significant, where I don't want to fade the Mariners with the full 9 innings, I would take the full game as well. But for me, I'm just going to take the Mets in the first 5 innings at -115 here.
This is just a weird line. I know it's Kodai Senga, which is the only pitcher we kind of trust from the Mets right now, but this is a Mets team that's really hasn't looked good, and it's like a pick'em price against Seattle, who's arguably the hottest team in baseball. Do we know who's pitching for Seattle?
Logan Gilbert.
I remember the last time he went out and pitched at Citi Field last year, he had a good showing. I think he went like 6 or 7 innings, 1 earned run or something like that. And that was against a lot better of a Mets team. So I like the Mets in this one. I know it's not a homer play because, trust me, I've faded the Mets plenty of times.
Yes.
I just think they get the upper edge on it. You get Seattle. Where is Seattle coming from? Where did they play last? Seattle just came off of a series versus Oakland in Seattle. Granted, they had a day to get adjusted to New York, but I like the Mets in this one. I think there's a good matchup, and if the Mets are going to win a game in this series, it's going to be with Kodai Senga on the mound, who's been arguably one of the best pitchers in baseball.
Yeah, he's been really strong. That's why I wanted to focus on the first 5 rather than the full game with the Mets. I wanted to strictly focus in on Kodai Senga in this game. Back to the chat.
I'm typing up the game.
Okay. Hawaii haven't won at home since 2019. Is that true? Oh, against Power 5.
Against Power 5.
Yeah. The market is usually wise, but they got to be wrong here. I already placed the Mariners money line boost on FanDuel and DK. I mean, I'm not saying the Mariners can't win the full game. I'm just focusing on the advantage that the Mets have, which is Kodai Senga over Logan Gilbert. That's the way I was approaching that one there. We'll move on. Texas Rangers and the Minnesota Twins in this one here. The Rangers are $1.50 favorites with a total of 8 in this game. We have Max Scherzer and Joe Ryan, your pitching matchup here in this game. Let's take a look at the line history here between Minnesota and Texas, where we had this line open up at a -145. It's down to a 142. So a 3-cent line movement towards Minnehaha. We have this line opening up at an 8 at -115. It's up to an 8 at -119. So a 4-cent line movement towards the over and a little bit of a move towards the Twinnies, suggesting maybe Max Scherzer is vulnerable. And we have 91% of the tickets and 79% of the cash is on the Rangers. The lines move towards the Twins, and we have 79% of the tickets and 97% of the cash is on the under. The line's gone up a couple cents, so kind of an interesting line move with all the money and all the tickets on the under. This line moving towards the over, and I don't understand why. Let's take a look at the ballpark POW, which is Globe Life Field. The normal is -7%, but it is what it is. Joe Ryan's not been very good since coming in off of the IR. He pitched against this Texas Rangers team last start. He gave up 1 earned run on 5 hits in 5 innings pitched. Previous to that, he gave up 7 earned runs against the St. Louis Cardinals in 4 innings. So he's only pitched 9 innings in the last 30 days. So it's tough to really go off his stats, especially with 24 days in between. Granted, he just faced this Texas Rangers team, so they're very familiar with him. And this is a good hitting Texas team. I think he gets hit today a little bit. Max Scherzer, on the other hand, I believe also just faced this Minnesota team. Let me see. He pitched. Yeah, he pitched against Minnesota as well, and he pitched pretty well. He went 7 innings, gave up only 2 earned runs on 4 hits, struck out 10. Over the last 30 days, he's a 2.64 ERA, 0.91 WHIP, 11.74 strikeouts per 9, which is 32%. 2.32 walks per 9, 2.93 walks per 9. My bad. 242 BABIP, a 258 FIP, and a 3.24 SIERA. The bullpen advantage goes towards the Texas Rangers here. 5.03 FIP, 4.06 SIERA compared to 5.03 and 4.41. Both these bullpens are terrible as well. And both these teams are hitting 117 WRC+, which is 6th for these Twins, and 108 WRC+, which is 10th for these Rangers. And this total is an 8. I get it. The line's moved up a little bit. There's no reason this total should be an 8. I think this is entirely too low, and I kind of want to attack it multiple ways. I think that the Twins get the Max Scherzer here as well, with the line moving towards the Twins, but all the money coming in on the Rangers. I think Scherzer is susceptible, and if he's not, then that bullpen definitely is. I'm going to double down on this game here. I like the Twins team total. It's a 3.5 at -115. That's I think a really nice price here for the Minnesota Twins team total, with a team that is hitting what would I say, top 6 versus righties the last 30 days, 117 yards WRC plus, and I only have to ask them to score 4 runs. And then the full game over 8 as well at -119. I think this line's entirely too low. I think Scherzer is vulnerable, and I think the same for Joe Ryan. Both these pitchers just pitched really well against these opposing teams as well. So I think we see some runs in this game. So I doubled down team total over for the Twins, full game over as well.
All right, cool. We're on the same page. I'm going mini haha, and I'm going over. I'm going to continue to fade Texas. Yes, I know they just won a couple games in a row against the Mets. Whoop-de-doo. Good job. Now they go up against a first-place Minnesota team, which is, I'm going to say, significantly better than the Mets at the moment. And I'm not a believer in this Texas team. Sorry, the third-place Texas Rangers. I think Scherzer gets hit. I'm not super high on him today. And Joe Ryan is one of the biggest over pitchers in baseball. Let me pull up that. I believe the only guy that's bigger to the overs is Lance Lynn. And Joe Ryan. In terms of percentage, 72.7% of his starts go over the total. He's 16-6 to the over. That is number 1 in baseball. Lance Lynn, number 2 at 70.4. And then Brady Singer at 65.4, Kramer at 64, and Sandy Alcantara at 61%. So there's your leaders in terms of games that go over the total. Yeah, go ahead. Give me the over and give me mini haha on this one. A little bit of a double down in Texas.
I like it. I got my plays here. There we go. All right, we'll head back to the chat here. Brazil just actually came back and won. There you go. That was fun. Yeah. I like mini today full game. I lean that way as well. Hard to bet against the Scherzer. Not really. No, he's an overpriced pitcher. It's not really that difficult. What's the hitting conditions for Twins Rangers? It's a stadium with a roof. There's really no hitting conditions. It's a roof. So it's hot outside, so they're having the roof up. Let me take a look, because I think they said anything above 85 degrees in Texas, they closed the roof. And it's the roof maybe no. By game time, which is around 7, it's going to be around 100 degrees. So the roof is definitely closed. So probably no hitting conditions to report, because there's a roof on the stadium. Bullseye. All right. We'll move on. The red-hot Milwaukee Brewers are taking on the Philadelphia Phillies. Interesting matchup here for this one. We have, let's take a look at the line history here between Zach Wheeler and Freddie Peralta. The line opened up in a -110 for Philadelphia. It's up to a -112. 2 cents movement towards Philly. Line opened up in an 8, -110. It's down to a 7.5 at -115. So move towards the under. Move towards the under. Move towards Philadelphia. I understand this move towards the under. These two pitchers are elite, or they're really good at the very least. But we have 69% of the tickets and 81% of the cash is on the under. Makes sense. And this line's about even. 41% of the tickets, 51% of the cash is on the Phillies. The line's moved 2 cents towards them. It is what it is. That line move has moved correctly. And Citizens, we are in American Family Field in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, where it's -2% runs, plus 19% home runs, -9% doubles, triples, -7% singles. And taking a look at the pitching matchup here in this one, Zach Wheeler and Freddie Peralta. Wheeler 3 ERA, 0.94 whip, 8.18 strikeouts per 9, which is 23%, 1.64 walks per 90, 230 BABIP, a 405 FIP, and a 3.83 Sierra. On the other side, Freddie Peralta has absolutely been shoving as of late. 2.10 ERA, 0.9 whip, 13.8 strikeouts per 9, which is 40%. 3 walks per 90, 263 BABIP, a 207 FIP, and a 2.69 Sierra. The bullpen advantage here goes towards Philadelphia here. 3.69 FIP, 3.99 Sierra compared to 4.08 and 3.68. Hitting advantage does go towards Philadelphia, which the Phillies the last 30 days are number 1 against right-handed pitching, 146 WRC plus. On the other side, the Brewers are 23rd with a WRC plus of 87. The way the Phillies are hitting righties right now does concern me if I wanted to back the under in this game. Freddie Peralta has been arguably one of the best pitchers of baseball the last 30 days. The first 5 is once again for 4. This is a low total. Both these bullpens have been actually, I believe, pretty good. The full game under is a 7.5. I lean towards the unders in this game. I don't think I'm pulling the trigger on it though. And I wanted to take a shot with the Brewers first 5 maybe at plus 107. But I think this is just a stay off game for me. I like the way Freddie Peralta has been pitching as of late. I would lean Brewers. I would lean under. I don't think I'm getting involved in it though.
This will be the last straw for Brewers because I backed them throughout that winning streak. Now they've lost 2 in a row, 3 in a row, and then I'll back off. This will be my last shot with them going up against a different opponent after having a little bit of a rough series in Wrigley Field. I really like Freddie Peralta, and putting him into a rotation for playoffs is going to be very dangerous. And him, Woodruff, and Burns is going to be a very, very scary trio in the playoffs.
No, I've been mentioning that for a while.
I know. I was just reiterating. I think that might be the scariest trio in baseball. Now, Zach Wheeler and Nola and Lorenzen is going to be a very scary trio as well. I don't think it has as much pack of a punch as Milwaukee does. I like Milwaukee in this game. In like a playoff-esque type atmosphere in this one, because these two teams, well, no, they're not going to go up against each other because they're the 3 and the 4, but could be a very good series. I like the Milwaukee Brewers in this one.
Yeah, I mean, I lean Milwaukee as a dog. I do, but I just didn't get to it.
That's fair.
Fridays are usually not my best days, so I'm trying not to go crazy.
Light card on Fridays and Sundays. Sundays have been really crap.
Sundays are terrible too. Yeah.
I never noticed Scherzer's 2 different colored eyes.
Please tell me you're joking.
Please tell me you're joking. He's got a dog that has 2 different color eyes too. Brazil beat Canada. Live odds were 14-1. Nice cash, dude. Nice cash. This is gonna be an ugly game.
Yeah, we have the Boston Red Sox and the Kansas City Royals. We have the Red Sox minus 175 favorites with a total of 9.5 in this game. We have James Paxton and good old Jordan Lyles. This line opened up at a 185. It's down to a 176. So the line's moved towards Lyles and the Royals here in this spot. Line opened up at a 9.5 at minus 110. It's now 9.5 at minus 120. I think I'm looking more towards the total than I am on the side in this game. Let's take a look at the line or cash flow in this game. Yeesh, 76% of the tickets, 94% of the cash is on this over. The line has moved towards the over, but that's a lot of money on this over. 62% of the tickets and 62% of the cash is on the Red Sox, and the line's moving towards the Royals, suggesting the Royals may be a live underdog in this game. In this spot. Taking a look at Ballpark Pal in this one. Kauffman Stadium plus 2% runs, minus 32% home runs, but plus 7% doubles, triples, plus 15% singles. The pitching matchup, though, leaves a lot to be desired. James Paxton, 5.84 ERA, 1.74 whip, 7.66 strikeouts per 9, which is 18%. 4.01 walks per 9, a 325 BABIP, a 6.59 FIP, and a 4.898 Sierra. as bad as he's been, Lyles looks at him and says, hold my beer. 7.89 ERA, 1.38 whip, 5.16 strikeouts per nine, which is 13%. 1.82 walks per 90, 261 BABIP, a 7.65 FIP, and a 5.33 Sierra. The bullpen advantage does go towards the Bo Sox here, 4.85 FIP, 4.808 Sierra compared to 5.78 FIP and a 3.738 Sierra. Hitting advantage is the big one towards the Red Sox as well, 114 WRC plus, which is 8th, compared to 71, which is 24th. Now, I had full intentions on going in and backing the Red Sox here in this spot. That market move is going to keep me off the Red Sox, though. With over 60% of the tickets, over 60% of the cash coming on them, and they're putting the line the other way. The line's moved towards the Royals. So that tells me the Royals are alive in this game, which tells me that I think they could put up runs in this game. And I don't trust James Paxton, and I don't trust Jordan Lyles here as well. I think the play is the over in this game, in this spot. Let me take a look at real quick the line movement. It has moved 10 cents towards the over since the opening line. I think we see runs in this game, and I think this is a spot where I think we see them early and often as well. I think both these starting pitchers get tagged. I'm going to take a double up here in this spot with the first 5 full game overs. First 5 over 5 at -112, full game over 9.5 at -120. I think we see a high scoring back and forth type of game. Both these teams are hitting. Granted, the Royals do hit righties better than lefties right now. But with that being said, I do think we can get this game over the total. So over 9.5, -120, first 5 over 5 at -112.
Yeah, I really don't have an interest in this game. And there's just going to be games that I kind of look at, cross out, and move on. And it's going to be teams that just are kind of out of it at this point. Kansas City's already been eliminated from the playoffs. And Boston has just not looked good lately. They've lost 7 out of 10. They have been going over a bunch. They've gone over a 9 out of 10. So there's your over for you, Nick. But I don't want to do anything in these with these two teams right now. None of them are really kind of pushing me towards a side or a total. I want to start looking at the teams that actually care still. Because we are getting to that point of the time of the year where teams are going to start getting eliminated. A lot of teams are going to stop caring. And these are two teams that are out of contention. So these are kind of games that I'm going to cross out and move on from.
Yeah, and shout out to the Royals, who the other day lost their 93rd baseball game, which cashes the under 69.5 wins for them.
There you go. Here's one for you, Nick. Ready? Red Sox 10-0 on the road on Fridays, coming off of a loss versus good. Lyles looks good, like good money. Yeah, you'd have to lay what on the run line? What's the run line for it?
It's expensive to back the Red Sox. I think backing the over is a good way to back the Red Sox because that's saying that Lyles gets hit.
Yeah. I'm going to stay off this game, just like I get a break for this one, Nick.
But Tim, we get Touki Toussaint in this game.
No,
the Detroit Tigers are -135 favorites on the road. Should tell you everything you need to know here. Total of 8.5 in this game. Line opened up at -120. It's up to a 133 for Detroit. Line opened up at 8.5 at minus even money. It's now an 8.5 at -106. So move towards the over to move towards Detroit, telling us that Touki Toussaint is vulnerable. No shit. 30% of the tickets and 74% of the cash is on these Detroit Tigers. That's a beautiful number right there. The low amount of tickets, the high amount of cash. I absolutely love that when I see something along those lines, and it correlates with my numbers, which the Tigers definitely are a team I'm looking at. We have 70% of the tickets and 78% of the cash is on the over. The line has moved towards the over here in the spot. Let's take a look at the ballpark pal conditions here. Guaranteed rate field plus 4% runs, plus 10% home runs, minus 11% doubles, triples, plus 6% singles. I'm interested in Detroit in this game. Let's get into the pitching matchup here. Now, for Detroit, Eduardo Rodriguez, who has struggled a little bit as of late, 3.99 ERA, 1.36 whip, 7.67 strikeouts per nine, which is 20%. 3.07 walks per nine, a 3.10 BABIP, a 4.02 FIP, and a 4.67 CR. Touki Toussaint, though, is just straight fade material. 6.94 ERA, 1.89 whip, 11.19 strikeouts per nine, which is 26%, 8.1 walks per nine, a 304 BABIP, a 6.95 FIP, and a 5.52 SIERA. Bullpen advantage goes towards these Detroit Tigers, 4.23 FIP, 4.32 SIERA compared to 5.08 and 4.21. Both these teams are 105 WRC plus. The Tigers, it's 12th against righties. The White Sox, it's 15th against lefties. So both these teams are actually hitting decently in this matchup here. I think we see the Tigers come out here, though, and take care of business against Toussaint. I'm kind of hanging on by a string here with these Tigers team win total under. I don't think I'm going to get that, though. I need them to go like 9-20 down the year, and I think they win this game. Their first five is minus 143, and their full game is minus 124. I don't think that full game is minus 124 anymore. I think it's up to that 130. No, I was able to get that at minus 124. So I'm getting the Tigers here at minus 124 full game. I've already bet that, and I'm going to grab them first five minus a half as well. I think that they are able to strike against Touki Toussaint early and often. So doubling up here with the Detroit Tigers. First five minus a half, full game minus 124. Detroit Tigers.
Stop it. Get some help.
It's an AL Central game, and it's two teams that do not give a crap anymore. So I'm staying completely away from this game. I'm gonna be nice, quick, and easy for that one. Bye. Nothing.
Fair enough. Back to the chat then.
Markel is passing on a bunch of games. Thoughts about Red Sox, Kansas City over, but starting pitching last five, including the opposing team, and both went under.
I like the over.
I stayed completely away from the game. All right, I kind of like this game, Nick.
Yeah, and LJ dropped an early and said the Astros team total over 4.5 in this game, and I fully understand why. We get the Houston Astros as a left-handed pitcher. Let's take a look at the line history in this spot. This line history is kind of concerning, though. Line opened up at a 185 for the Astros. It's down to a 165. So a big line movement here towards the New York Yankees. Line opened up at an 8.5 minus 110. It's now an 8.5 at even money. So a move towards the under and a move towards the Yankees. That's kind of weird in this spot here. We have 76% of the tickets and 83% of the cash is on the Astros, and the line moved towards the Yankees. That's concerning. That is really concerning. 33% of the tickets and 51% of the cash is on the under, and the lines move towards the under. This may be just a game I stay completely off of. I had full intention on betting the Astros. This market's scaring the crap out of me, though. Minute Maid Park minus 6% as usual. It's a dome. Carlos Rendon's been terrible. I don't get this line movement. I really don't, because Carlos Rendon's been terrible, and the Astros are the best team against lefties the last 30 days. Carlos Rendon, 6.23 ERA, 1.44 whip, 9.35 strikeouts per nine, which is 24%, 4.15 walks per nine, a 268 BABIP, but a 7.42 FIP and a 5 SIERA. Against Verlander, 2.79 ERA, 1.24 whip, 9 strikeouts per nine, which is 23%, 2.17 walks per nine, a 318 BABIP, a 3.3 FIP, and a 4.20 SIERA. Bullpen advantage going towards the Yankees here in this one. 3.91 FIP, 3.73 SIERA compared to 4.61 FIP and 3.78 SIERA for the Astros. The hitting advantage is a massive one, almost 100 WRC plus different. 177 WRC plus for the Astros against lefties, which is number one in baseball. And on the other side, Carlos Rendon and the Yankees, 86 WRC plus against righties, which is 26. The Yankees are not hitting righties. The Astros are smashing lefties. Do I just stay at the hell with this market move and take the Astros team total over 4.5 at minus 125 and call it a day? Could I trust LJ? And he's somebody where if he speaks about the Astros, you listen. And you could say the hell with these market moves, because we've seen this plenty of times where the markets move drastically against the Astros and they still find a way to win the baseball game. So I'm leaning Astros team total over. I think that's the only way I can play this game. This market scares the crap out of me, but I think sometimes you have to go up against the market, and I think this is a spot where I want to go up against the market. I don't do this often, and usually when I do it, I'm not very successful. But I'm going to say with the health market here. Give me the Astros team total over 4.5 at -125. They smash lefties. I think they get 5 runs against Carlos Rodon, who's been terrible. So Astros team total over 4.5 -125. I'm going against a heavy market move. If that bites me in the ass, so be it.
I'm right with you with the Astros. I'm going to take them on the run line. I'm not a big Rondon person. The Yankees do not win games when Rondon pitches. They have won
games in general right now.
Well, they are 1-7 when they play when Rondon pitches. The one win, Nick, was against the Mets. And that is it. Do you really trust Rondon?
No,
absolutely not.
I bet against him.
Yeah. And Verlander, I think, doesn't Verlander have statistically really, really good numbers against?
Verlander dominates the Yankees.
Yeah, he dominates the Yankees. Yeah, I'm jumping on the Astros here. I'll grab them on the run line, fading Rondon. I like this real spot. Wow, I'm playing poker right now. I've gotten kings, and then now aces. 3 hands in a row. Wow. Anyways.
Focus on the show, Tim. What are you talking about?
Of course.
All right, now that you admitted you're playing poker, head over to the chat and talk to the chat here.
I'm putting up the Houston play, though.
You sure you're not just betting your aces there?
My trips now? No, I'm good.
Yeah. Thought we already did that one. Red Sox, KC, 11-0 to the over when playing an American League on an American League team. Okay. It could get a little weird. Lean Spanky's race to 2. I wouldn't. Stroh's so tempting. LOL, F the Yanks. Yeah. Miami 0-5 to the run line when following a win, plus 1.5 for the Nationals. Okay.
I like that. Aces again. What the hell's going on? I mean,
I'm a sucker for pain, taking the Natties first 5. Good luck. Astros team total over is -105 on DK. Unfortunately, I do not have DraftKings available. Astros does seem like the victor here. Let's cash these Astros. Yes, LJ. I'm going to trust you on these Astros. I don't go against market moves that often. I'm going to trust the Astros to smash lefties like they have been. So we'll move on to the marquee matchup of the day, it feels like, Tim. We had the Pittsburgh Pirates and the St. Louis Cardinals. Who would have thought on September 1st we'd have this matchup and the Pirates would have the better record preseason? Did you get knocked out?
I just got knocked out to trip 4s.
Yeesh. All right, now you can actually focus on the show. Awesome. All right. We have the line opened up at a plus 105 for the Pirates. It's now a minus 111. Big line movement towards Pittsburgh. And the line opened up at an 8.5 minus 115. It's down to an 8.5 minus 110. So a move towards the under and a move towards the Buccos in this game here. We do not have a cash flow for this total, but we do have 52% of the tickets and 88% of the cash is on Pittsburgh in this game. Looking at the ballpark pal for this one here in St. Louis, Missouri, Busch Stadium, minus 7% runs, minus 18% home runs, minus 1% doubles, triples, plus 1% singles. Let's take a look at the pitching matchup here. This one, we have Mitch Keller and Dakota Hudson. Mitch Keller, 4.2 ERA. 1.40 whip, 10.2 strikeouts per 9, which is 26%, 2.4 walks per 9, a 386 BABIP, but a 2.97 FIP and a 3.73 Sierra. On the flip side, we have Dakota Hudson, 4.55 ERA, 1.05 whip, 6.07 strikeouts per 9, which is 16%, 3.64 walks per 9, a 235 BABIP, but a 6.06 FIP and a 4.97 Sierra. So the pitcher is giving me bet on a little bit with Mitch Keller and bet against for Dakota Hudson when you look at regression-wise. The bullpen advantage goes towards the Buccos here, 3.67 FIP, 4.04 Sierra compared to 3.94 and 3.71. Slight hitting advantage towards the Cardinals here, 106 WRC plus, which is 11th, compared to 101, which is 13th. I'm kind of thinking the play here in this game is the Buccos. And I kind of want to double down on Pittsburgh here in this game. I think Pittsburgh comes out here. Mitch Keller pitches well. That's kind of what the market's telling me here. they've gone from dog to favorite. I'm going to take a shot with Pittsburgh here with good old Mitch Helen Keller against Dakota Hudson. First 5 is a minus 115. Just lock that in. Full game minus 111. I'm on the Pittsburgh Pirates in this game.
Once again, this is another game that I just want nothing to do with. These two teams kind of totally out of it. No, not kind of. They're both totally out of it at this point. And I want nothing really to do with the Cardinals or the Pirates right now. Mitch Keller has not been good. He's been good his last 3 starts, but he has not really been all that good this year. He is the JT Brubaker. And I'll keep saying each time, I think he's the JT Brubaker of the Pirates this year, where everybody's hyped up on him and he just doesn't perform as well as we expect him to. This one's a complete stay away spot for me. I'm not really too interested in going after it.
That's fair. Yeah, it's a weird game. Obviously, it's a 1-800 gambler for sure. But my number suggests there's value with the Buccos here in this spot, so I want to take a shot with them.
Good.
Back to the chat. I'm tracking my plays.
Where did you leave off?
I left off there.
Morning, gentlemen. Good morning, Untouchable. Poker night. Yeah, I was playing. I got 4 hands in a row. Kings, aces, aces. Yeah, that kind of sucks because I was close to making actual money on that tournament. Ouch. Yeah. Raise the Jolly Roger. Over. Mariner. Orioles in the over. You know I like the Orioles already. I knew yesterday Braves were going to smash, but didn't pull the trigger. We had the over.
I was leaning Braves, yeah.
I knew yesterday, but he didn't want to risk on a 3-teamer. Gotcha. Louisville spread, yes. / under in Miami. In Miami of Ohio.
I could see the under in that game. I took the points with that game, so an under would play well to Miami, Ohio.
There you go. An under in Central Michigan. I like Central Michigan today, so that kind of plays to that. I think the Cubs take a dump on the Reds. I hope so. Good morning, guys. Good morning, RV. Love fading the Cardinals. It has rewarded me greatly. Not sure about this one. Small Pirates. Okay. Let's head to this game, Nick.
Yeah, we have – this is one that I'm kind of looking at a little bit here. The St. Louis – not silently. That was last game. Pittsburgh, Colorado Rockies, and the Toronto Blue Jays. I'm thinking of the wrong birds here. I'm also typing in my card as we speak as well and trying to talk at the same time. That's difficult to do sometimes. Trained professional, do not attempt at home. Let's take a look at this line history for this one here between Toronto and Colorado. Boom, got the pitchers right, or got the teams right. Line opened up at a 192 for these Toronto Blue Jays. It's now down to a 183. So a 7-cent line move, 9-cent line movement towards Colorado. Line opened up at a 12.5. It's down to a 12. Lines move towards the under in this game here. We have 79% of the tickets and 72% of the cash is on this under. So that kind of makes sense. 76% of the tickets and 99% of the cash is backing Hyunjin Ryu and the Cardinals. And yet the line's moving the opposite way. Course field, no surprise here. The top hitting conditions on the slate, plus 33% runs, 32% home runs, 19% double triples, 13% singles. Always good hitting conditions there. These two teams, though, are not hitting particularly well. We have Hyunjin Ryu pitching okay as well. 2.25 ERA, 1 whip, 7.5 strikeouts per 9, which is 21%, 1.88 walks per 9, a 232 BABIP, a 385 FIP, and a 4.13 SIERA. On the flip side, Chris Flexen, 5 ERA, 1.41 whip, 8 strikeouts per 9, which is 21%, 1.33 walks per 9, a 346 BABIP, a 493 FIP, and a 4.04 SIERA. Bullpen advantage goes towards the Toronto Blue Jays, 3.75 FIP, 3.62 SIERA compared to 5.72 and a 4.76. The hitting advantage going towards the Blue Jays, but they're not very good. 89 WRC plus, which is 22nd. And against lefties, the Rockies are by far the worst in the league now. It's no longer the Guardians. It's the Rockies at 42 WRC plus, which is 30th in baseball. and we're getting a total at 12 in this game that's already gone down. I think this is an under. I think that we can get good enough from flexing because, I mean, the Blue Jays are not hitting that great. And I think Hyunjin Ryu is able to slow down this Rockies team. Maybe you can even lean towards a Rockies team total under 2.5 first 5 or 5.5 full game. 5.5 full game's a little bit more juiced. But I like this first 5 under at 6 at even money here for the Blue Jays. So I'm going to go with that. First 5 under 6 at even money.
Yeah. I haven't really backed Hyunjin Ryu at all. But the Colorado Rockies are really, really rough. They've lost 9 out of 10. Yikes. Yeah, not a team I want to go back right now. Neither are the Blue Jays, who have kind of fallen off a little bit, or out of the wild card race a little bit with their mediocre.
This is a very important series for them, though.
It's a very important series. This is a series that they have to sweep in order to kind of get themselves back into a race. So, yeah. No, this is a huge series. I personally, I'm going to pass on this game. I'm not trying to get overly invested in some games, and this is definitely not one that I want to go after. So, not really interested in Blue Jays or Colorado today.
Yeah. I just think that total's a little high, but yeah.
Cash Mystics plus 12. Yes, we did. There you go. No, plus 12 points. I keep messing up. Yeah, I meant plus points. Yeah. Total cash out 450. Nice. There you go. Cash it. 0-4. Rockies 0-4 in their last 4 home games. Yeah, they have not looked good. Pass their season. Jays race to 2. I could see the Jays race to 2. But I'm not interested in backing them right now. This one should be a fun matchup.
Yeah, we have 4 games remaining with the Giants and the Padres. Padres are favored once again, total of 8.5. Wow, have the Padres been bad this year? They lose again yesterday. I think it was 7-1. Just a complete no-show from the Padres. Here's the thing, though. This is the one pitcher that actually has been halfway decent of like a stopper recently. It's Michael Waka. Line opened up at a 129. It's up to a 130, so a massive 1 cent line movement towards these Padres. Line opened up at an 8.5. It's down to an 8. So a movement towards the under and a movement towards the Padres. Suggesting Waka could pitch decently. 67% of the tickets are on the under. No cash flow on it. 81% of the tickets and 75% of the cash is on the Padres. And the lines move towards the Padres. Taking a look at Ballpark Pal here in this one, where we have Petco Park at minus 6% runs, plus 8% home runs, minus 9% doubles, triples, minus 7% singles. Looking at the pitching matchup here, where we get Michael Waka versus, it's going to be Tim Beck, I believe it is.
Yeah, Tristan Beck.
Tristan Beck, my bad. And it's basically a bullpen game for the Giants. So, and I don't know if it's going to be, it may be Manaea in the long relief. But for Michael Waka, he's been decent. 2.87 ERA, 1.28 WHIP, 9.77 strikeouts per 9, which is 25%. 4.6 walks per 9, a 256 BABIP, a 4.48 FIP, and a 4.49 SIERA. The bullpen advantage here does go towards the Padres recently. 3.87 FIP, 3.27 SIERA compared to 4.32 and a 3.95. The hitting advantage goes towards Michael Waka and these Padres, 98 WRC plus, which is 14th. The Giants against righties, dead last in baseball, 64 WRC plus. I kind of think that the Padres could be worth a look here in this game, which sounds crazy. If there's any Padres pitcher I want to back, it's Waka. So I lean towards the Padres. Do I want to lay $1.30 with them? Not really. So I think that's ultimately what's going to keep me off this game is I don't want to lay this number with the Padres. So it's a pass for me, but it's a lean towards San Diego.
These are 2 teams I really don't want to get involved in either. Padres are just, God, they've them and the Mets have been the 2 biggest disappointments this year.
Absolutely.
Because they're supposed to both be World Series contenders, and they're scraping the bottom of the barrel, both 10-plus games under 500. Giants have actually looked good. Now they've won 4 out of 5. So if anything, I would want to go after the Giants if I had to go after anything in this game. But no, I'm not going after this one. This one's a stay away from me again. I don't have to back a lot of baseball games right now. We have a decent sized college football card tonight, so
I'm looking at a couple of extra plays in college football as well. So
you actually okay? Yeah, I'm not touching another. I'm not messing with more college football, but I have a college football card tonight. That's all I really need to do.
I'll have
one or two more plays on this card though. What's up?
There's also 2 extra games in college football that they just dropped lines for. The Eastern Michigan Howard game and Kansas Missouri State.
Cool.
Kind of leading Missouri State there. And should be a 35. And it's wow. I'm leading Eastern Michigan and Missouri State for those extra games.
Have fun.
My bad. You click.
What do you guys think on Colorado? I think they get blown out.
I think they get their ass kicked.
Cool. We believe in the power of ECU. Yes, ECU. Hold on. Tomorrow's game day. TCU.
Tomorrow's game day. Oh boy.
Nathan putting them beat down on them. I think they get beat down. Yes, sir. Horned Frogs, yes. Wish Giants had bigger odds. I'm happy with where they would be at. 50% boost. MLB boost. Who you guys throwing it on today's cards or save for tomorrow? If you want something early, Cubbies. If you want something a little bit later on, Tampa Bay or the Astros. Say no more. TCU it is. Yeah. Stop Geo. You gotta be careful. We may have to put you in timeout with comments like that. This week. We do not approve that message. And I'm not saying it out loud. Do you guys like Max Fried Chicken tonight? No, I like Home Urias, but we'll talk about that game in a minute. That's actually the last game we'll talk about.
Yeah. We have the Oakland Athletics here and the LA Angels. The Angels minus 135. Total of 8 in this game. That seems a little low against.
No, it makes sense. It makes sense.
Patrick Sandoval versus JP Sears, and whoa, this line's dropped. I may have typed that in wrong. This line's at 115 now. No, I typed that incorrectly. This line opened up at a 140. It's down to a 115. Line opened up at an 8 at minus 110. It's now an 8 at minus 113. Let's take a look at the cash flow, see if it represents a massive line to move towards the Athletics. 52% of the tickets and 62% of the cash is on the Athletics. I don't know if that really represents a line move that huge. And then 54% of the tickets and 63% of the cash is on the under in this game. So I'm kind of thinking Oakland's the side in this game. Oakland Coliseum minus 6% runs, minus 13% home runs, plus 0% doubles, triples, minus 2% singles. And the pitching matchup here, Cole Irvin, wrong game. Patrick Sandoval and JP Sears. Sandoval, 3.96 ERA, 1.56 whip, 10.08 walks per nine, strikeouts per nine, which is 25%, 6.48 walks per nine, a 2.81 FIP, and a 4.75 Sierra, and a 5.20 by 4.75 FIP, 5.20 Sierra. There we go. JP Sears has struggled a little bit as of late. 8.25 ERA, 2.13 whip, 10.88 strikeouts per nine, which is 24%, 4.5 walks per nine, a 4.52 BABIP, a 5.85 FIP, and a 4.59 Sierra. Bullpen advantage actually goes towards the Athletics here. 4.62 FIP, 4.75 Sierra compared to 5.16 FIP and 4.44 Sierra. Do I trust either bullpen, though? Not particularly. I think regardless of who you like, you take them first 5 because you can't trust either bullpen. So looking at this game here, the hitting advantage goes towards the the Athletics here. 81 WRC plus, which is 22nd against lefties, compared to the Angels, 69 nice WRC plus, which is 25th against lefties. So the Angels are not hitting lefties right now. I understand why this line's going down. The amount it's gone down is absolutely insane. But I'm thinking about taking a shot here with the Oakland Athletics in the first 5 innings at plus 105. I think this line's dropped for a reason. And I'm not trusting the Oakland A's to win a baseball game. I'm not doing that. Give me the Oakland A's first 5 at plus 105. And I kind of lean towards their team total over 1.5 in the first 5 innings as well at minus 135. But I'm just going to play the first 5 money line here with the Oakland A's.
Stop it. Get some help.
Oh, there's a lot of those now with the lines. With the teams the way they are at the moment. No, I'm not interested in going after any team. Oakland at that short of a price, that's probably the look at this point, and especially with how bad the Angels have been. But at the same time, the Angels can go and score 10 runs tonight, and all of a sudden come back tomorrow, it was 10-1, and be like, oh well, I guess that line made sense, or it didn't make sense, but it ended up working out for him. I'm not going after a side in this game. I'm sorry for being a lot more passive when it comes to baseball right now. Maybe during the week I'll have a little bit more, but when I have a lot of college football and stuff like that, I would rather bet that than games like the Angels and the Athletics with two teams that just do not care.
Fair.
Because if they don't care, then neither will I.
Yeah, understandable. I think there's more value on games like this. More value in baseball now. With people putting more of their attention towards college football in the NFL. I think there is definitely merit in going after some baseball. I remember last Saturday.
There definitely is, baseball. But I'm just no, thank you.
Fair enough. Back to the chat then. I'm tracking my college football plays. I just added Missouri State plus 29.5 against Kansas.
Thank you guys for the show. Michigan homer here. Only time I'll fade y'all. I'm with you. I kind of like first quarter Michigan. Markel, what are we doing here? Why are you bullying us? For UFC Paris, first fight, first dog, plus 290. Get it. CMU, yes. There you go. Chris Brady coming in with a $20 dono saying, morning, guys. I missed the show. Maybe you guys could drop some plays this weekend. For what? We have lots of college football and stuff going on this weekend. Yeah, Chris, DM me on Twitter. I'll hook you up. We got what, 6 plays tonight, 16 plays the next day, 1 play on Sunday, 1 play on Monday. So, Chris, DM me on Twitter. I'll hook you up. Thank you again for the $20 dono.
Yeah,
we really do appreciate it. Look ahead for tomorrow. Rangers minus 1.5 versus Dallas Keuchel. Damn, I have to fade. I have to back the Rangers. Never ignore your baseball. I'm not ignoring baseball. I'm just not betting as much of it. I'll bet the last 2 games though, Nick.
Yeah, we have the Baltimore Orioles. They're taking on the Arizona Diamondbacks in this game. The Orioles minus 115 favorites, total of 9.5 in this game. Feels like a really cheap price here for the Orioles, but it did open up at minus 109.
It is on the road and it is against a hot Arizona team.
Yeah, the pitching matchup looks like crap though, but yeah. Lines moved 7 cents in the direction of the Baltimore Orioles, though. So the lines moved in the correct way if you're looking to back Baltimore here. Line opened up at a 9.5 at minus 115. It's now 9.5 at minus 120. All of a sudden, Baltimore are feeling a little pressure. They got the Tampa Bay Rays breathing down their back. They also got 93% of the tickets and 94% of the cash is on them here. 62% of the tickets and 92% of the cash is on the over. And I believe the lines moved towards this over, right? Did I say the line was moving towards the over? Let me go back and double check real quick. Line was moving towards the over. It's moved 5 cents towards the over. In some spots, shop around. We're starting to see some 10s pop up, though, in this game where 9.5s are – it's primarily 9.5, but we're starting to see some 10s. I think we will see this game close at a 10. We have Chase Field at plus 3% runs, minus 6% home runs, plus 13% doubles, triples, 0% singles. Looking at the pitching matchup in this game, Cole Irvin's actually been pretty good. 2.25 ERA, 0.85 whip, 8.55 strikeouts per nine, which is 24%. 1.35 walks per 90, 231 BABIP, a 3.57 FIP, and a 3.64 SIERA. On the flip side, Zach Davies, his ERA is good, and everything else is light red on my spreadsheet. 1.8 ERA, but a 1.4 whip. So he's giving up a lot of base runners, and he's getting out of it. 9 strikeouts per nine, which is 24%. 3.6 walks per nine, a 308 BABIP, a 507 FIP, and a 4.31 SIERA. I think he's very susceptible to getting hit today. 3.33 FIP, 3.49 SIERA for the bullpen of the Baltimore Orioles, who do have the bullpen edge here compared to 4.61 and 4.03. The hitting advantage does go towards the Orioles as well. 111 WRC plus, which is 9th, compared to 83, which is 21st. Everything points towards the Orioles in this game. In this spot, it does worry me that I think 93% of the tickets, 94% of the cash is on the Orioles, but the line's moved in that direction, so they are respecting that money. I do not trust Zach Davies. Zach Davies is somebody that I want to fade. And this Diamondbacks team has been playing better as of late, but I will make a move here on this one. Oops, I accidentally bet. I bet 0.8 units to win whatever instead of to win 0.8 units. I'm going to double down on the Orioles here, first 5 full game. So I'm going to take the Orioles here, first 5 at minus 113 and full game at minus 116.
I probably have mentioned this before. Baltimore is the most profitable team in baseball,
yes,
and most profitable road team in baseball. So, yes, I'm going to keep backing them. They've been making me a bunch of money. Yes, it's a little bit of a short price. It's against an Arizona team that's been playing some good baseball as of late. So I understand why it's at this number. And I'm just going to continue to back Baltimore. I've backed them pretty much every single day since Adley Rutschman came up, and I'm going to continue to do it. Let's bet the Orioles in this one on the money line.
Yeah, now that I put money on them, I'm expecting them to fall apart, though. They never seem to win when I bet them. But, hey, I'm doubling down on the Orioles today. We'll head back to the chat here. Maybe the Red Sox. I just took the overs. Orioles 15-5 to the run line as a road favorite. 32-17 run line off of an Orioles loss. Orioles minus 1.5. You don't even have to play the minus 1.5. I mean, that's just going for a big score at plus 137. Minus 116 is very playable, in my opinion. But, yeah, I mean, go for it. Give me that big O. That's what she said. First 5. Full game minus 2. Good luck. College football or MLB is cool, guys. Cool. Thanks, guys. Absolutely. I mean, we've been going over every single game, and we're on to the last game now. We will recap our entire MLB card at the end of the show, so stay tuned for that. But we get the marquee matchup of the night here. Last night, it definitely did not disappoint. 8-7 final. The Dodgers started to mount a comeback at the end. They came up a little short, but with that being said, this line opened up in a minus 105. It's now minus 125 towards the Atlanta Braves. And this line opened up in an 8. It's up to an 8.5. So a move towards the over and a move towards the Braves again. And let's take a look here. We have 68% of the tickets, 77% of the cash is on the over. The lines move towards them. And tonight, though, only 22% of the tickets and 37% of the cash is on Atlanta. Everybody's on the Dodgers as a road dog. And I think very similar to yesterday, I lean towards the Bravos in this game.
Home dog.
The home what?
Or home dog.
Yeah, the Dodgers are a home dog. Yes.
You said road dog.
I'm leaning towards the road favorite. My bad. Here in this spot, let's take a look at the ballpark, pal, which has Dodger Stadium at plus 2% runs, plus 10% home runs, plus 1% doubles, triples, minus 3% singles. So the line moved towards the over. The line, these okay hitting conditions, plus 2%. These pitchers, though, have been pretty solid. These offenses are smashing lefties, though. Let's get into it. Max Fried, 3.58 ERA, 1.34 WHIP, 9.11 strikeouts per 9, which is 24%. 1.63 walks per 9, a 363 BABIP, but a 3.3 FIP and a 3.35 Sierra. On the flip side, Julio Urias, 2.9 ERA, 0.87 WHIP, 10.45 strikeouts per 9, which is 31%. 0.87 walks per 9, a 268 BABIP, a 3.52 FIP, and a 2.93 Sierra. Both pitchers have been amazing. Bullpen advantage going towards these Atlanta Braves, 3.41 FIP, 3.74 Sierra compared to 3.9 and 3.75. Hitting advantage goes towards Atlanta, 158 WRC plus, which is fourth, compared to 152, which is fifth. Both teams, like I said, are absolutely smashing lefties. I like the Braves in this game. I like Atlanta. The line's moving towards them. I like the over as well. I may be a little overly invested into this last game of the night, but I think Atlanta's the side. And I kind of want to take that and their team total over. I think the Braves come in here once again and get a win. And I'm going to ask them to score 5 runs, and I'm going to triple down on him here. Atlanta first 5 plus minus 125. Atlanta full game minus 125. Atlanta team total over 4.5 at minus 105. I like the Bravos in this spot.
I like Julio Urias at home, especially with them coming off of a loss. Urias is coming off of getting smacked around by the Boston Red Sox. Previous to that, the Dodgers had won 5 of his starts in a row and 7 out of 8 in a row for Julio Urias. I think he has a solid game here. I'm on the Dodgers side of it. I think that I'm not a big Fried person. I know he's been hit a couple of times past couple of starts against offenses that are significantly worse. In San Fran twice, who got 2 and 3. Yankees got 2. Pittsburgh got 4. Against the Dodgers offense that is significantly better than those teams, I think the Dodgers will be able to hit against them. So I'm going to take the Dodgers in this one.
Yeah, I was looking at it. The Dodgers this year have been home dogs twice, and that was the first time I think since like before the COVID pandemic that they were home dogs, which is absolutely insane. The 2 times the Dodgers were home dogs, they lost them both. Lost last night to the Braves, and they lost earlier in the season to Max Scherzer and the Mets. So this is a team that when they're a home dog for a reason.
Okay.
And if all the money and all the tickets are on them and the line's moving the opposite way, there's not a chance I back the Dodgers in this game.
That's fine. I'll be on the Dodgers.
Back to the chat to close out the show here.
Orioles 15-5 to run line as
already touched on that one.
Okay, which one are we on?
There we go.
Braves will win the World Series most likely.
No, they will not.
Don't say that. Don't say that.
No, they will not.
But I bet the Cubs. There you go. Bet the Cubbies. Can't be serious. I'm sorry I had to. Are you going to go over the college football card? There is a member-only video that goes over our entire card.
Also, we have free pick videos from throughout the week as well.
But no, we don't touch on the college football games during the show. Those are all there's free pick videos for them, and then there's a member-only video, which if you guys are interested in becoming a member, shout out to the 5 members of the Earle Sports Bets channel already. $4.99 a month. That's where you can find the member-only videos, and we'll be doing at least 2 a week for now with college football and with NFL, and then I will be doing 3 to 4 a week when it comes to college basketball. So if you guys are interested in that, you guys can go ahead and jump on those. Told myself if the Cubs beat the Brewers best out of 3, I would immediately bet them to win the division and sprinkle World Series. Get it? No shame in that. I hope you catch it. Okay, bet. I'm gonna join. There you go. That is all of the games for today. Nick, do you know what that means?
Yeah, it's time for me to click a button.
Yes.
Housekeeping.
To the channel. Make sure that you like, comment, subscribe, share, do all that good stuff. We appreciate all the support. Check out all links in the description below. Twitch, Twitter, Instagram, Discord, Facebook, Picks and Parleys, Premium Plays, merch, TikTok, ESP Shorts, and the EarleSportsBets.com website, all linked down below. The big 4, though, above Nick's head, that is the big 4 that you want to be following. which is YouTube, Twitter, TikTok, and Instagram. And then if you guys are interested, once again, become a member. It's $4.99 a month, 16 cents a day. You get our entire college football card. Normally, those will come out on Wednesday nights or Thursday nights, depending on how many games there are, or when the games are. There'll be Maction videos. Those will be available to you guys. But all that NFL will be out on Wednesday nights as well. And then you guys can definitely check out some college basketball when that starts up. That will be 3 to 4 days a week, including the Saturday cards. The Saturday card will be one of the 3 to 4 week. So if you guys are interested in all that, you guys can check that out. Recap for today. I'm on the Cubbies. In that one, I'm on the Rays, Mets, Twins, over in Twins. Nice. Milwaukee, Houston run line, Baltimore, and I like the Dodgers. Nick?
Yeah. Let's see. Getting up my card. Big card today. Big card today. Let's go over it. Cubbies. We're gonna kick it off with the Cubs money line there. Let's start it off. Double up on the Rays. First 5 -1/2. Full game -1.5. Mets first 5 money line. Twinnies first 5 or Twinnies team total over 3.5. Full game over 8. Doubled up on the Red Sox and the Royals overs. First 5 over 4. Full game over 9.5. Astros team total over 4.5 -125. Detroit first 5 -1/2. Full game money line -124. Pittsburgh first 5 money line. Full game money line split. Toronto, Colorado first 5 under 6 at even money. First 5 double up on the Baltimore Orioles -113 first 5 -116 full game. Oakland first 5 at +105. A triple up on Atlanta and to end the card. Braves first 5 -125. Braves full game -125. Braves team total over 4.5 -105.
There you go. That's going to do it for today's edition of the Earle Sports Bet Show. We'll be back tomorrow for another one. Good luck, everybody. Let's make some money.